ladies and gentlemen, there are two songs only, and this is the other instrument that have been playing alone here, and I couldn't leave it out this particular evening because they have been married together. So I'm going to sing a song in Spanish to all of you. I hope you practice your Spanish tonight here.
Llanos y vertientes sobre el potro de mis ansias. Te invoco, Latinoamérica, con espíritu valiente cual llevo de ángel de guarda. Haré esta misión poética del pulso de tu latir y tan libre como tus pampas y tus dones de conciencia, capaces de predecir lo irresoluto a distancia. Déjame absorber tus montes que respiran tus fantasmas, tus lagos enmudecidos de secos de luengas almas, tus embrujos de espigones, lucientes en oro y plata. Tu sol en el ancho río, fugaz mineral en llamas, bajo del árbol florido, luciérnagas y navas, manglar, ceiba y saladillo, y abanico de amplias alas. Tu quetzal de colorido en la tierra de los mayas, el cuerpo de Montezuma cubierto de suor y flama por el genio de Rivera, su acuarela y pincelada, sueño bolivariano, consagrado en policarpa y rondón ante el llamado, general salve la patria. Insaciable peregrino por selvas, ríos y montañas, llévame por las visiones y el celaje del camino sumergido en la nostalgia. Cuéntame de las pasiones que las aves en su vuelo te confiesan cuando pasan, y te escribo en oraciones sobre el matiz de tu cielo en colores de esmeraldas. Mira que llega el verano de ocaso, lunas y playas, el multicolor tejido por estero, flora y fauna, y allá en la boca del cañón, águila de pez en garras, el cóndor custodia a su hijo diamantino en la montaña, como la luz que consigo de contesta mi plegaria para llevarnos consigo más allá de la esperanza. Que esté insaciable la llegaste a la tierra gaucha, cual cobra de Martín Fierro, el cartel del tango al alma y el sentir de la guitarra, de bossa novas y sambas, se remonta a las cumbres de los quechuas y Atahualpa, en armonía de su viento, zampoñas, querachos y arpas.
We had a lot of Latin American people at Theatro Technis, especially from Chile. When there was a dictatorship in Chile, there were hundreds and hundreds of refugees, and they came here and performed. And Ricardo joined us in raising awareness about the terrible things that happen in Latin America, and it still happens. But there is a light of hope in America now, in Latin America. Let's keep our fingers crossed, isn't it?
Fingers crossed, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now we're going to present two small pieces of work that is very characteristic to Theatro Technis. It's an excerpt from the Persians of Aeschylus. It's a very, very short one. It's when the queen Atossa, the mother of Xerxes, did the expedition against Greece with 1 million soldiers, had a dream that her son's expedition will end in catastrophe. And she says the dream in the original language of Aeschylus, in ancient Greek. And a messenger comes and tells us exactly what happened to the million Persian army in the Battle of Salamis. It's the first play that is written based on a historical fact by ancient Greek writers. Most of their work was based on myths and legends, but Aeschylus was alive, and 8 years after the Battle of Salamis wrote this great play. And we presented this play because of what is happening today in Iran and the American policy. And we follow with another short play piece of theater. Let's give an applause to that.
Εδώ ξάχνει δύο γυναίκες δήμονε. Η μεν πέπληση περσική συσκημένη, η δάφτε δωρικήσιν. Η σώψιν μολύν, μεγέθητε τον ίν, εκπληστά τα πολυκάλι, τα μόμο και κασιγνή τα γένους ταυτού. Πατραδένεον, ημεν Ελλάδα κλήρο λαχούς αγαία, ή δε βάρβαρον. Το στάσει τεινά, ως εγώ εδώ κουνοράν, τεύχην εν αλήλυσιν. Πες δεμος ξέρξεις μαθών καθήχε καταπράνηνε. Άρμα συνυποζεύγησιν αυτόν και λέπιδνε, υπαυγένα τη θησυχή, τιμή επιργού το στολή. Ενηνία συνήχεν έβαρκτον στόμα, ιδέ. Σφάδασε. Και ξεναρπάζει βία εκ των χαλινών. Και ζυγών θράβει μέσον. Πίπτη δεμοσπές. Και πατήρ, Αρίστατο, Δαρίος, Ικτήρων σφε, τον δοποσμουρά ξέξεις, πέπλους ρίχνεις η αμφισώματη.
Well, this is original, isn't it? I mean, I didn't know what's going to happen. Is the actors really creating? They didn't know themselves in what direction they go. But that's what makes theater really. Felipe is from Argentina. We did this play last year. And it was a great success. And we wanted to do an excerpt. And of course, they didn't want to repeat themselves. And so he came with this performance tonight. Felipe! We're going to show you now an excerpt from a play that I have written, Forza Galileo. After the Persians, I wanted to do the play by Brecht, The Life of Galileo, because it was indirectly related with Iran, the nuclear weapons in Iran. And I found out that the copyright would belong to the National Theatre, and I rang the National Theatre and I said, could we have the rights to put this play on, because it goes very well with the Persians. And they said, I'm afraid, Mr. Eugeniou, you cannot have it. You have to be 75 miles outside the area of the National Theatre to have it. So I decided to write our own play, Forza Galileo. And I follow, inspired by Aristophanes. I don't know if you know the frogs. In the frogs, you know, the god Dionysus goes into the underworld to find the great leaders of Athens, which is the great writers, Aeschylus, Sophocles, Euripides, who died, to bring them back to Athens to show them how to live, to lead Athens. So I decided to follow this road. One of our young actors, Anna, who is a writer, goes with god Dionysus into the underworld to meet Brecht, to ask him to give us the rights direct, because he's a radical writer. And there they meet a lot of theatrical people. The goons, Peter Sellars, Harry Seacombe, Spike Milligan, and of course Joan Littlewood, who has been an inspiration for me. I came from Cyprus with a passion for a theater. I went to drama school. I got involved in the British theater, films, television. And I heard about this radical theater workshop. Never heard that, theater workshop, Theatro Ergastiri. So I went to do an audition for her. And she said, look, my next play is an Irish play. It's the Queer Fellow by Brenda Beer. You have a Cypriot accent. I said, look, Joan, I want to work in your theater. And she says, okay, give me a week to think it over. And she sent me a little note. And she said, come along, and we make one of the characters Irish Cypriot. And I play an Irish delinquent with a Cypriot accent that nobody understood a word I said. But Brenda loved it, so did Joan. But what inspired me was the way she was working. She was the first person to introduce improvisation in the theater. She was inspired by Stanislavski, the Russian writer, from which we take the name. Theatro Technis, Moscow Arts Theater. Woo! And then, of course, to us, the word technis, which is an ancient Greek word, and the ancient Greeks did not differentiate between work, craft, and art. They had one word, techni, which represent all. A shoemaker was a craftsman, a technitis, so was a sculptor, so was a painter. They didn't do it just for money, for a living, because they wanted to do the best pair of shoes, the best table, and that was a mission to them. And Theatro Technis became like that. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you a scene from Forza Galileo. Thank you. lights here, please? A little more lights, can you see? No? Put the full house lights on. Can we move the piano further? Can we bring the piano? Can people help to bring the piano?
Can I just very briefly say that until this morning I didn't know I was going to be playing the piano, and our actors didn't know they were going to be accompanied by a piano. We have not yet wholly made its acquaintance, but in the true spirit of Theatro Technis, the show is going on.
Announcement. Joan has died. Just a brief statement. Joan has died.
The media being dominated. Alas, by Philistines. Only sensational news of the day made the headlines.
Millie's remains found in array. Sharon bulldozed Palestine. Arafat gets the blame. Bush turns a blind eye. Blair joins the war game.
Singing for the underdogs.
Oh, Anna, I don't want to row anymore.
Oh, please, Dee, please, we're nearly there. Please don't give up now.
Oh, my bottom is getting sore.
That's why you're so wonderful, Dee.
Oh, the things I have to do for the bloody theatre.
And that's why I love you, Dee.
But my delicate bum. Any minute now and I will join this Aristophanes chorus.
Oh, you're so funny.
Brecht, funny, my foot, what a bore. I'm getting sore. I'm sweating. My arms are hurting. My legs. What?
Oh, can you hear that?
What is it?
Oh, that's music from Oh, What a Lovely War.
No, it's from the entertainer.
Shh. No, it's not. That's not the entertainer. That's Oh, What a Lovely War. That's Jerry's voice.
No, it's Larry's voice.
Oh, that's Jerry's voice. Oh, there he is. Jerry, hi. Hi, how's Joan?
She's fine. She's busy as ever with her fun palace. Say, what gives? Do I know you?
No, but I know you from George. He's always talking about you. Besides, I've seen your picture in Joan's book and you haven't changed a bit. You look great, doesn't he, Dee?
Terrific.
Okay.
I can see why she, fell in love with you.
Well, and I with her. I was 19 and she was 28.
Oh, I love that bit in her book where she talks about you kissing her for the first time. And she was so shocked, so surprised that she ran and ended up on the wrong bus and you little rascal. You stood there watching her, lost in the crowd.
She was beautiful.
Oh, she didn't think so.
Well, that's Joan for you, always underestimating herself.
She thought the world of you. She thought you were handsome and sexy.
Oh, he still is. All the birds are after him.
Oh, stop it, Joan.
It's true. He needs his muses, like Prescott.
Hey, Prescott? Me? You're joking.
Oh, you do look a little bit like him, doesn't he, Dee?
He's the spitting image of him.
Hey, don't you start furry face.
I'm only joking, yaar, come on.
And who's this little bird?
This little bird is Anna, a friend of George.
Oh, Technis.
Yes, he sends his love.
Oh, how's his wife and their son?
Oh, well, you know, they're alive and kicking.
Is he still at it then?
Oh, yeah, despite all the problems.
What problems are they?
Well, the usual, the roof. The roof is leaking. The boiler has gone bust. The pipes have burst. There's cracks in the walls. Camden Council's iron fence. Do you know that we have no funding? Oh, we are still the arts that Britain ignores.
Oh, it's the same old story. Theatre workshop all over again. Bloody Philistines. After so many years.
Oh, 50 to be precise. Actually, tonight we're celebrating, TT is celebrating their golden jubilee.
50 years? 50 years gone already?
Well, that's a real achievement.
Oh, well, the 50s, that was a momentous decade. That was the era we felt the ground begin to shift beneath our feet. The Suez Crisis, 1956. You know, it all started with Brendan's Queer Fellow. Remember, Joan?
How would I ever forget?
Oh wait, is that the play where George played the Irish delinquent with the Cypriot accent that nobody could understand?
It didn't matter. Brandon loved it.
So did I.
Oh, then we had Osborne's The Entertainer.
Oh.
With Laurence Olivier.
With the rose and all that.
Oh, well, that was a metaphor for fatigued Britain, according to Michael Billington.
Followed by Pinter's Birthday Party with its hidden violence.
Yeah, and Arden's topical Sergeant Musgrave's dance set in Cyprus, where my father comes from.
No. Brendan's play The Hostage was inspired by the event.
Oh, right, okay. Thanks for clearing that up. Oh, and 1957, the year that TT was born. Now, that was a great era.
Yes, it was a great era, but the 60s, now, there was a momentous decade.
Rioting in Paris.
Rioting in Paris. Oh, What a Lovely War, Joan's great hit.
And Jerry's.
Oh, no, stop it, Joan.
Oh, it's true. Without you, it couldn't have happened.
Oh, you were the one who made it happen, and you know it.
You know, I heard it on the radio station in the 90s. The sheer creative force of theatre workshops, musical entertainment about the First World War, conceived in the 60s, is still vibrant. Its Brechtian techniques still striking.
Brechtian techniques? What a fucking nonsense. Who wrote that shit?
I don't know, some radio critic, I can't remember her name.
I can't. I've got no time for Brecht. He's far too rigid.
Oh, really? You don't like Brecht? Oh, shit. And I was thinking to maybe ask
Oh, Anna, not now, sweetie darling, huh? Later. Where were we?
60s.
60s, huh? We had Wesker's chips with everything. Bond saved.
At the Royal Court?
Don't talk to me about the Royal Court.
Oh, why?
Best change the subject, believe.
Then we had Barnes' satirical, The Ruling Class.
Oh, followed by... oh, shit. Followed by... Arden's... no, followed by Beyond the Fringe, which took the piss out of the whole British way of life.
That's right. And then in the 70s, there was a prevailing sense of impotence. Did you know? There was garbage all along the streets during the Binmen strike.
It was a horrible decade, really horrible.
Oh, followed by Lee's Abigail's Party, which made fun of the, middle classes.
Here's plenty, full of disillusionment.
Oh, and Griffin's Comedians about prejudice.
The rise of fascism in Edgar's Destiny.
Oh, yeah, then followed by Churchill's Cloud 9, which is a real inspiration for all female dramatists.
Well, that's a fucking lie.
Well, that's what Michael Billington said.
That intellectual fart. He should know better.
Listen. Cool your jets. In the 60s, it was Sheila Delaney's A Taste of Honey. That's what it was. That started it all. You know, Joan coached and encouraged her. Then the Royal Court tried to steal the limelight. But let's not talk about it. It gets her all upset, especially after I'd gone in 1975.
That knocked the heart out of me. Absolutely. I just couldn't stand it. There was this big, strong, handsome geezer, suddenly gone. He could have made a fantastic actor.
Oh, come on, Joan.
It's true. But it was what he did for us that really killed him. I mean, that's why I couldn't go on anymore.
I'm really sorry, Joan. I didn't know.
I mean, I haven't got a home. I just go round. I always did.
Okay, hey, let's change the subject. Come on.
During the 80s, it was the Thatcher years. Bums on seats was the ultimate sign of success.
Yeah, that was followed by... Oh, no, there was three
attacks on...
Thatcher's values. There was 3 attacks on Thatcher's values, and basically it all started with Akeborn's, a small family business.
Oh, it bored me stiff. I mean, real theatre, good theatre, takes the energies from the place it is and gives it back as joie de vivre. Now, I didn't see that in Akeborn or Stoppard.
What about Churchill's serious money?
Or how about Hare's, a short, sharp shot?
Oh, I'm sure it was lovely Bloomsbury.
During the 90s, theatre stuck more to Thatcher's past than to Major's present or Tony's future. Kuwait burns.
Howard's play, the Absence of War, which was basically about New Labour becoming Tories.
The Colour of Justice at the Tricycle.
Oh yeah, then followed by Ravenhill's Shopping and Fucking.
That was a fucking weird title. Did it pass the census?
Oh yeah, everyone raved about it.
Well, they did they?
Yeah.
Not like an art time, eh? Sauce pot? Oh, let me tell you. Richard Harris said you won't always be on top. Took a watering can, held it between his legs, held up his fingers on the B sign, and in Churchillian tones said, "I declare this site open." It was defamation of a living legend, the bastards.
Too much chili for this boy. Anyway, this carries us to the 2000s. The Iraqi War.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't around.
Oh, I wish you were. You would have been able to see Butcher's Madness of George W. at the Theatro Technis. It got great reviews. Actually, Michael Billington gave it 4 stars. It was a huge success. And then it was followed by George's Burnt Cakes and Good Guys, which also got really good reviews. Theatro Technis sums up what's best in London.
Really?
Really, and it's all thanks to you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I've done nothing. I even forgot to mention George in my book.
You inspired me, like you did so many others.
Oh, no. I'm a failure. Defeated.
No, you're not. You've become a legend. Everyone is talking about you.
A legend?
Yeah. You know what? They even named a square after you in Stratford East.
Oh.
Stratford East?
Well, he deserves it. I mean, he was the driving force. Without him, there'd have been no theatre workshop.
Stop it, Joan.
True. When you left us, the whole thing collapsed.
Oh, no, actually, Joan, it's still there. Theatre Royal is still there.
Oh, that old shit house. Hey, we never got round to removing the word royal.
We will yet.
Well, it's actually doing really well. It's thriving. There's a lot of money thrown into it.
I'll bet there is.
Millions. Do you know that they even had a play transferred to the West End, just like you both?
That's a mistake, I'm telling you.
I never wanted to be part of that West End mindset. I mean, success killed us. We were better off when we were struggling, when no one wanted to fund us. We spent 20 years taking abject classical theatre all around the country in the back of a lorry. Time and time again, Jerry knocked on the Arts Council's door and it was shut in his face. Philistines. Ooh, we have a very high regard for the adventurous and courageous policy of this company, which, in our view, makes a really great contribution to the drama of our time. But no funding.
No.
They couldn't stand the sight of us. All the local authorities, they just hated our guts.
It's just like TT. Do you know that Camden hasn't funded us for the last 16 years?
Oh, it's the same everywhere, same old story. Even down here, you think it'd be different, but it's a myth. It's a bloody myth. And guess what? Down here, you get the same theatrical lot. Larry, John.
John? Who's John?
John Osborne, the angry young man. Yeah, he's still angry about nothing. He's staging his entertainer with Laurence Olivier.
Oh, I've heard him singing it.
Have you now? Have you now? Well, it's part of the annual festival, sponsored by Plutus. It's part of the annual festivities. And guess who he's appointed to organise it?
You.
My Joan.
And there was an uproar from the old guard.
The old guard?
The old guard. Davine, Olivier, Gielgud, Bert.
Who's Bert?
Bertolt Brecht. He's staging his Galileo with Lawton.
Oh, well, I bet he doesn't have any problems with the copyrights. I'm sure he's well outside the 75-mile limit down here.
No, he's having problems with Galileo himself.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Galileo is dragging his German ass into court for calling his recantation a crime.
Yeah, but it was a crime. It was a people's betrayal.
Keep it quiet. It's a very controversial subject. This is like Blair's government down here. ID cards, genital cuffs, cattle prods. Now just keep it under your hat, okay? Because on this subject you could be detained for years without trial. Hey, ask him. He knows.
Oh, keep me out of it, Jerry. I've got immigration on my case already, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure you do, Fuzzy.
Oh, come on, Dee. Stop moaning. Let's just get out of here.
Oh, what do you mean get out of here?
Well, look, let's just go back where we came from.
We can't go back.
Why not?
What about your mission?
What's the point?
What mission? What mission?
Oh, Anna, tell them. She has a beautiful idea. A wonderful little idea. Come on, I'll tell them.
Look, there's no point because Jerry's already made it perfectly clear.
What has Jerry made perfectly clear?
Bert and Joan aren't exactly buddies, are they? So what's the point in asking Joan to mediate on our behalf?
Whatever for.
Look, I had this idea that maybe we could ask Joan to mediate on our behalf, you know, to ask Brecht maybe if he'd give us the rights to his play. You see, the National Theatre had them, and they've had them for the last year, and they're not giving them to anyone who falls within the 75-mile limit of, you know, the South Bank, and we do. So I thought maybe you could...
Why don't you write your own play?
What?
Why rely on an intellectual fart? Huh?
Well, Joan, I mean, be fair, Brett is a genius.
Genius, my foot.
Oh, Joan, he's like an amazing socialist writer and a wonderful poet.
He and Sartre hardly ever realised what they were writing. I mean, Mother Courage, his admired heroine, she's nothing but a cheapjack profiting from the wars in her country.
Oh, Joan, you were wrong. Mother Courage is a classic.
Look, Brecht's influence on the German theatre and the theatre as a whole is nothing but, it's never life-giving. He kept sex where it belonged, yes? In the covered wagon.
Well, look, let's just agree to disagree, because I really respect you.
He never took the piss out of a party member? What, take the piss out of a party member? Never. And why not, may I ask, eh? Is any party above satire?
Yeah.
What kind of a theatre practitioner are you if you daren't criticise your own party?
Yeah, I guess I know what you mean.
Look, why don't you use swift satire, Gulliver's Travels? The war about the way you crack an egg. And use that for your play instead, like we did for Oh What a Lovely War.
Oh yeah, I heard Jerry singing it.
Well, are you kidding? I love that show. Joan made us all proud. Oh, theatre workshop at its peak. How does it go? I don't want to be a soldier. I don't want to go to war. I'd rather stay at home, around the streets to roam, and live off the earnings of a lady. I don't want a bennett in my belly. I don't want the bullet shot away quietly. I'd rather stay in England, merry, merry England, before we take my bleeding life away. Oh, ain't that pretty? Superb, huh? Oh.
Adieu, l'amour. Adieu à toutes les femmes, c'est bien fini.
How's the show coming?
It's going to be terrific.
All right, you come home soon, eh?
I will, Jerry.
Okay, sweetheart.
Don't let the debts get you down. They can't hang us. If we lose the theatre, we'll still have each other.
Joan? Joan? Joan, we still need you! Well, That was a true love story, if ever there was one. What now, Dee?
Follow me.
Where to?
To Areospagos. We will see the trial of Brecht and Galileo. Huh? Come on, bro.
Aren't they wonderful? You can read the whole play if you buy my book, Forza Galileo. It's on sale outside. And we will finish tonight with Chris and Katina singing some Rembetiko. Chris! Our left line, please.
We're just going to do a couple of Cypriot songs. The first one is about a mother and what she goes through to raise her kids, and then they leave. Slowly they leave her house, and she worries about them.
Thank you.
are back to our roots, Cypriot. That's where we come from. It's a beautiful island, a tragic island, but we try very hard to unite it, and we will succeed. With this lovely, beautiful voice, and Chris, and all the artists, we will unite our little disciples for all the Cypriots, Greeks, Turks, Armenians, Latins, so that one day we celebrate the unification of the island. Thank you very much for that. I would like to thank all the volunteers that really helped to make this evening a success. The technical people up there, Ellie and Chris and Marula and Marilyn and Vasilis Panayi from Belgium, who have given us a lot of support. And you are the Cyprus friends that came to our humble dwellings. Thank you very much. Good night.